Alright guys, so just a quick recap from Friday. The videos are posted for these two pages, but just a recap. We had on Friday with the sub, the difference of squares, page 43, and then on page 44, the examples. And again, both of these, both videos for these two pages are posted onto YouTube, so you should be able to watch both of them. Okay, so now we're going to move to page 45. Alright, majority of these notes you guys already got today. We just need to kind of wrap up a little bit more just to make sure. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Alright, so this was factoring by grouping. Okay, factoring by grouping. Today's date was 3/6. Okay, so after you watch this video, go ahead and just record. Make sure all these pages are recorded into your table of contents. Alright, so factoring by grouping, aka, and again, you guys have most of these notes. I'm just going to run through it just in case somebody missed them. Aka, factoring in pairs, or we can call it factoring by GCF, greatest common factor, okay, because that's what we're going to be using to pull them out. Alright, so we got a who, a what, a how. So who, what, and how. Okay, so the who. Well, the who is, we are looking at 4 or more term polynomial. Okay, and it's even numbers only, so we can only use this for if they have even numbered terms, so 4, 6, 8, and so forth. So we can't use it if the terms are 5, 7, alright? The what is the pair up term with common factors to combined. Alright, so we want to make sure we have our terms sitting by friends that have a lot in common. If they don't have things in common, we want to go ahead and move them away from that that other term. And then the how. First thing with the how is very carefully. Okay, we want to make sure that we are taking the correct signs with us. If it has a certain sign that we need, we want to make sure that we're not forgetting and pulling out the wrong GCFs. Okay, so we need to check to see if you should rearrange. Okay, we want to make sure again that our friends are sitting next to each other and our enemies are sitting very far apart. Alright. Okay, because this page we didn't have a folder for this, we are going to set it up like the foldable. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip a line and then we're going to write steps. Alright. We're going to count down our steps. We have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip a line, and then we're going to have our example. Okay, and we are going to walk through our example as we do our steps. So our example for this problem, or for our foldable, is x times y plus 5y plus 2x plus 10. Okay, so there's our example. Okay, so as we walk through, as we do our step, we'll do it in the example. Do a step in the example, step in our example. Okay, first step, step number 1, is to always check for GCF. Okay, you're going to pull it out and down. So what that means is, if we were to have a GCF for this problem, we would take it out at the very beginning, and then through every step, it's going to walk with us. Okay? So in our case, we have x times y plus 5y plus 2x plus 10. All 4 of them have to have something in common for step number 1. In this case, all 4 do not. So step number 1's done. They have nothing in common. We have nothing to pull out. Step number 2. Pair up terms that may be similar. Okay. What that means is we want to make sure they have greatest common factors. They have factors in common. So looking at this, and this is at the point where you also check to see if you need to rearrange. So xy plus 5y. So these two terms, they have something in common? Yes, they have a y. So I'm going to pair them up. So I'm going to put my parentheses. Okay. 2x plus 10. Do they have something in common? Yes. So I'm going to put them in a different set of parentheses. So now I have this set, and we're adding them together. Okay, so pair up terms. So we paired them up. Step number 3 says to factor out common term. From pairs. Alright, so we are going to factor out the common term for these pairs. Alright, and if you notice, I'm doing my steps in the same color that I write them in down here so that we can figure it out. So, factor out the common. Well, xy and 5y, they don't have numerical anything in common, but they do have variable. They have a y. So we're going to take out a y. Still have our parentheses. Okay, now we just need to fill them in. So we had a y, we took a y, we're left with an x. We had 5y, we took a y, so we're left with a plus 5. So we get y times x plus 5. Okay. Then we have an addition sign. Now, for this pairing, 2x plus 10. Well, they don't have a variable in common, but they do have a numerical value in common. I can divide 2 by 2, and I can divide 10 by 2 and get even numbers. So I'm going to take out a 2. Okay, so then again, I still have my parentheses. So if I divide 2 by 2, I get 1, so I'm left with an x. If I divide 10 by 2, I get a 5, so I'm left with a 5. Okay. So I've pulled out my greatest common factor between the pairs. Step number 4, check for matching factors. Okay, so if you're doing grouping correctly, you should have a set of matching factors. In this case, these are the same. Okay, so we do have a set of matching factors, which is what we want. So we check for matching factors. We have matching factors. We're good to go on. If this, at step number 4, if you do not have matching factors, you need to go back and do your work again. You've made a mistake. Whether you've paired wrong, you've pulled out the wrong factor, they didn't have that in common, your signs are wrong, whatever it could be, you need to make sure that this part right here has matching factors. And then step number 5, put it all together. Okay, So we're going to open our parentheses. Here's a set of parentheses. This is what we should have if we're factoring. We're going to drop what is in front, so this is a y in front, and then this positive 2 into the first parentheses. So what's in front goes to the first parentheses. Your same factor that we just marked as same goes in your second parentheses. So we get y plus 2 times y plus 5, and that would, if we multiply that out, will get me back here. So here's your answer. So here's our answer. Okay, so I am also going to put up your practice problems that you're going to need for this. You'll need to have them done by tomorrow so that we can go over them and check to make sure that there's nothing that we need to go back over. All right, your practice problems are going to go onto page 46. Okay, so let's flip over. Call this grouping practice. Okay, so there's our grouping practice on page 46. This has 3-6 because it should be done tonight. You have 3 problems. Problem number 1 is to factor 12a cubed minus 9a squared plus 4a minus 3. Hint, you are going to have to rearrange this to get similar or like terms or like factors, okay? Problem number 2. You are going to factor 2p cubed plus 5p squared plus 6p plus 15. Okay? This one, there's multiple ways to group and get the same answer. The last problem is to factor 12n cubed plus 4n squared plus 3n plus 1. Now this is a tricky one. It is a challenge. I want you to think about what happens if you group things certain ways and see if you can figure number 3 out. We will go back over these in class tomorrow, so please come with your questions. You should have this work done. Thank you.